What is up guys, Wraec here with a new video, and maybe you are one of the players that already quit AFK Journey during this season or maybe even before and now saw an ad or something like this and is wondering whether or not it's worth it to come back to this game. And I want to show you some things, some examples why I think that it's currently the best time to come back to AFK Journey and actually experience probably the best version we have seen yet of this game. So first of all, we are at the end of the current season, which is usually not that great for a seasonal game, meaning, well, most players are now in kind of a hiatus, they're not really playing the game too much, but there are some advantages to that. First of all, the entire season is there, so you can visit the Ashen Waves whenever you want, and also get all of the loot there, experience the full story. You basically still have, well, nearly a month. The new season is supposed to start on the 19th of September, so you still have a few weeks and can enjoy this season as much as you want. It is a pretty vast area, you can see right here, pretty comparable to the normal area as well, if you haven't seen it yet. Pretty nice area as well, a few cool characters, and you can explore the entire story here still without any of the countdowns or something that were there when the season began. Also, while you're doing this, there is a ton of loot waiting for you. Let's check out this event tab. If you check out this event tab, it's actually crazy right now. There is an event called Crystal Clash. It's returning for the second time now, and this event is always bringing a ton of loot. So you have this entire store here full of temporal essence, full of stellar crystals that you can get. At the same time, the wave of intrigue, the new season is already announced, so we have some loot coming up for the start of this season. And when the season starts, of course, there will be even more loot, and that is of course very nice. Then we have the Timeless Gala. It is mostly complete. You only have very short time really to get in here, but you should still be able to set your time seedling to collect those 25 invite letters here, and maybe even collect some of the Gala quests as well. And well, you should probably try to complete as many as those, because those will actually help you get the rate up tickets. Then we have Labyrinth Quest. It took me like two attempts at Labyrinth Quest to collect like a ton of loot. It really is a ton. You get all of that stuff, like that is a ton of title essence in there, and also a good amount of summons. Like by now we've already seen like 40 summons that you get just from those events. We have the Clan Reputation events still going on. Season growth part from this season is still active if you want to get this loot as well. Some cosmetics in there. And we have Swar's Retreat, which is a smaller event, but you can get some loot. You get a free copy actually of Lily May, which, if you don't know, that is the current meta hero in terms of dealing boss damage. So absolute monster of a hero. You can get her here, and there is a fishing diary, a fishing event. You still have 13 days for that, so pretty good opportunity to collect some more points. You can get this nice Ocean's Bounty frame, which I'm still after, and also 20 summons, so we're now looking at like 60 summons, which is crazy. And all of that at the same time, you still have access to the most important heroes this season. Heroes in this season, I have to say, weren't quite as impressive. We saw Alsa, we saw Soren, but the main two heroes that we saw, and the main two heroes that most people were excited about, were Lily May. We just talked about her. Insane boss damage dealer, absolute monster, can block enemy ults. If you started the game, you knew Iron was meta at that time, and she actually counters Iron. So absolute want-to-have hero and must-have hero really. And she is still available in the rate up right now, and so is Mikola. She's a buff hero. Basically puts an arena on the battlefield, and is meta for a lot of Dream Realm bosses as well. So right now you have two Dream Realm must-have heroes at the same time in the rate up. So you can still get Lily May for the next 7 days, you can get Mikola for the next 13 days, which gives you enough opportunity to get at least 1 or 2 copies of each. Especially with the event, you can probably get like 1 copy of Mikola, which I would recommend, and then focus on Lily May and try to get as many copies of her, so you're well prepared for the start of next season or the mid of next season with the best boss damage dealer and one of the best support heroes in the game. On top of that, if you are a bit of a spender, there is now this season pre-order set. I'm definitely going to buy this one. You can claim 100 gems here for free, and then once you purchase this, which costs 850 crystals, you are greeted with a long text with those rate up invite letters. They said basically that those rate up invite letters were only supposed to be for the next season, but in fact they are going to change that, so you can get those rate up letters and use them earlier, which means this is a pretty insane pack and is unlocked over time, and you get like, how many are those? 30 stellar crystals in here alone, and all of those summons. Basically one of the best packs, and of course a bit of something for the spenders for this season. A ton of rate up invite letters as well, which is absolutely sick. So that is pretty cool. We have the still access to the new heroes. We have a ton of improvements in terms of playability, in terms of improvement, in terms of loot, especially from the events. You already saw that, which is very nice. And we're still looking and waiting for one more game mode this season, the Ravaged Realm, which you may even be able to reach. And this will be a boss game mode that will grant a ton of loot, as well as some stellar crystals, and all of that stuff will be in there. So maybe you're still able to experience that as well. But beyond that, I mean, the season was pretty long. It's now coming to an end, and everybody now, of course, is excited for the next upcoming season, the Graveborn season. We just had this Mauler season, and now Graveborn season with the Waves of Intrigue should be fairly interesting. A bit of a pirate theme, it seems, and that is also what I heard. This graphic here was leaked basically in advance, and I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to do for this. Because even though we got Ludovic, which is a Graveborn healer, we still lack Graveborn heroes a little bit, so seeing a few of them being released throughout the next season should be pretty exciting. And I'm sure they are going to put a lot of loot in this season this time as well. Last time they struggled a little bit with that, but I have to say one thing about Lilith Games and Father Games as a developer here. During this time in AFK Journey, they listened to the community and have improved the game throughout this season at every opportunity, we can say. So right now we are in a pretty good state, and I'm sure it will improve with the next season to come. And we're looking at a pretty great time, and I personally definitely recommend joining in. I have a ton of fun right now experiencing the multiple teams that have come through the meta, improving teams for Dream Realm, especially with Mikola and Lily May. It's also a little bit of placement that you want to have in there. So for Dream Realm, for example, I can show you both of those heroes. We have Lily May right here, we have Mikola, and Mikola puts up this arena, which is pretty cool. And once you conquer this arena, you get buffs from her. So basically, if you have more heroes than your enemy in there, you get buffs from this arena. And Lily May is really dashing over the battlefield and dealing a ton of true damage, really. She's a Wilder hero that deals a ton of true damage, so basically another super strong Wilder hero, which is a bit insane. Yeah, that hasn't really changed at all. Even though we just had him all last season, I would still say Wilder is the best faction. But yeah, we have a ton of cool heroes. The other hero that you see there, by the way, this one, that is Talene. Some of you may know her from AFK Arena. She is a Hypergen, a celestial hero, and one of the stronger heroes definitely from there. The other one is Fresto, who's also released in this season. So basically, aside from Smokey, this entire team was released during this season. So there were a ton of heroes that were worth getting. It was just a bit unfortunate that the first ones we saw at the start of the season, Alza, Soren and stuff, were a bit mid. So later on we really got the good stuff. And by that point, of course, I understand a few people had already quit. Which, I mean, for the rest of the people made it a bit easier to get top 1 or like a top position on the server. My server is still pretty populated, I have to say. A bit unfortunate in this one. But yeah, now is a good moment to start. Get yourself some nice loot. Sharing formation, by the way, if you don't know that, you can now share your formation for game modes with other players. You can see them here. There is my formation that I just put up. Somebody already surpassed me here. And you can even decide to use those formations. They are instantly copied right there. This guy used the same one that I did. So you can basically see what other players did in there and copy their formation. The same for AFK stages, by the way. So if you were only there at the start of the season, this was one of the major improvements they really did. So let me know down below if you're interested in the new season. In my opinion, this game isn't really problematic in terms of quitting and coming back. For other games I saw that, like the other game Idle Heroes that I play. If you quit there, you're basically gone. But right now everybody at the start of the season will be reset to level 240, so as long as you are level 240 you will be the same level as everybody else at the start of the season, giving you a perfect opportunity to come back to the game at the 19th of September. So maybe a very good opportunity to go and try to get back into this game with all of the improvements they have done. Tell me down in the comments if you're curious about the season, if you quit and when you quit. When you did quit. I'm pretty curious what made you quit. What was like the break point? Because there were a few situations where a lot of people quit. But I'm pretty curious when you did quit or if you are still playing the game. Let me know down in the comments. And with that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.